How's it going, everybody? It's been a while since I uploaded a video, but ended up picking up a new car, and I think today is going to be the day that I show you guys it, because we're doing some work on it. We're doing fog lights. We're also doing a double dim deck and adding just kind of cool little things to it, but that'll be really cool. So we're at Rich's shop now. Let's check out the car. So here's a new car. Obviously she ain't that clean because of the surface we're on right now, but it is a 2010 Honda Civic Si. It is the FA5. So it's got the K20 Z3 in it, 6-speed manual. It's got the nice SI interior as well, and we'll get to that in a second. I want to show you guys something cool that I did. But yeah, today we're going to be taking out the fog lights that we have on them because they're cracked and broken, and we are going to be replacing them with these OEM yellow tint lenses. I think it'll turn out pretty cool. Obviously it's been a while since I uploaded a video. I've been quite busy with some of my own finances and whatnot, and trying to figure out a new car, which one would suit me, and found this one. I got it for a really good deal. Shout out to John for selling this to me. It's got a 112 or 113,000 kilometers. Like I said, it's a 2010. It's fast, it's fun, it's reliable, it's cheap on gas. If you're looking for a first car and you have about 8 to 10 grand to spend, I would definitely recommend getting one of these. It's definitely worth it for the money. And like I said, always here at Rich's shop, we always have some pretty cool cars, some bikes and other builds that we're working on. Breeze Integra, when we pulled the motor, we're still working on that. Obviously this is Sammy's build that we're actually going to be doing a video on that quite soon. We're doing a full motor swap, transmission swap, and completely building this beautiful car, so quite excited for that. But yeah, let's change out these fog lights. So another cool thing about Hondas is that a lot of them are plug and play options and super easy to work on. As you can see, it was just one bolt that's holding it in, and you got 2 clips up there. So taking it out was actually a lot easier than I thought. But yeah, we're gonna swap these in just a second. Just like that, all done, and they look sick. So we're gonna go over to the other side and change that out. But so far looks really nice. Can't wait to check these out tonight when I hit the back roads. So now that we're all done, to be honest, all I really needed was Phillips screwdriver. So I thought it was going to actually be a lot harder than it is, but that's the reality with things. Sometimes they're easy, sometimes they're not. But pretty easy install. I would say it's probably the easiest install of my life. Like there was no play, only with just removing the clip slightly, but other than that, it's just 1 screw and 4 pins, and they plug right in, turned on, look great, makes the front end look a little bit better. So that's really sweet. But we're gonna move on to the next install. So out with the old, news in. Now move all the way to the back. Here comes the fun part. We got a doubled in deck touchscreen with Apple CarPlay that we're gonna change out and swap in from the stock interior. So that's pretty cool. Also, a cool thing that I wanted to show you guys is one of the coolest things I probably ever did on an interior is I did a vinyl wrap on the A-pillars, and it turned out really awesome. Still got to do the back ones, but Honda for you, just like Legos. So let's get to the install of the radio. So as you guys can see, the dash is completely taken out, and time to replace to the new one. This is quite the process, but it's turning out quite well, so let's get it. So currently what we're working with is we are trying to hook up the microphone for the head unit, but the way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to run it all the way behind the dash, hook it up from here, and I'm gonna run it all the way back there up to here. So I'll have my mic right here, so I'll have hands free, and it'll work a lot better. The kit did come with the GPS thing, so if you're an Android user, it works really great. But I typically just use Apple CarPlay, and I stream it right off my phone, so I'm not gonna worry about all the extra stuff. But it basically just hooks up to all the basic connections that you need for your VCA. Let me reach up here. I think it's right there. So that's for the VCA. It's gonna pop into a clip spot right there. But yeah, so we're gonna do the mic, we're gonna set it up, and then we're gonna see how it looks and how it works. After lots of struggle, it's finally in. Looks pretty cool. Hooked up the mic, everything looks good with that. Still got to figure out if hand controls work. Well, that looks really sick. It is currently day 2. I ended up getting a little bit too busy to the point where I had my hands full and I couldn't really film much. But I wanted to do a full review on everything mod-wise that I've done, or mod. But I would say fog lights are probably the easiest thing to do on an 8th gen Civic. But the double-in deck, I would say, was honestly pretty tough, but definitely worth the upgrade. Makes the sound way better. You don't get as much static. You also get CarPlay, and if you're an Android user, it works really well with Android. But I wanted to show you guys, and kind of we'll check everything out. So obviously we hooked up the mic through and through. Here's the dash. So it'll do its basic hookup and everything. Like I said, it's Android friendly and Apple CarPlay, but it's honestly makes the dash look so much newer. I don't know if it's gonna connect via, oh yeah, it's gonna connect now. But it just takes a second. It's gonna hook up to Apple CarPlay. So you got Google or Apple Maps and everything. You got your time zone there, where you are located. That's not my address. I don't know whose address that is. But also, if you go here, go to the top, now you have access to Android. And you have all the different apps and everything. But if I want to go back to CarPlay, you just click on that. Boom, done. Only unfortunate thing I would say about this aspect is that in the original deck, you have an airbag light sensor thing here that you're supposed to plug in, and when you install this, it doesn't come with that, and the flushness of it isn't the best, but it's in there quite tight. What I didn't understand was that you're actually supposed to remove the clip-on clips from the stock deck to the aftermarket deck. So when I first installed it, it didn't sit flush. It was kind of rattly, so I had to take it out again and then put it back in with those clips. So if you do install something like this on an 8th gen, just remember that you're supposed to remove the hardware from the previous one and put it on top of this. The only thing that I didn't or wasn't able to connect was the 2 bolts from underneath, because the hardware didn't fit this personal deck. But so far it turned out great. I honestly, this car, it makes it look so much newer. Sound system is awesome. Like, it's way more clear. You don't get that static noise. The only unfortunate part is that for the USB cable, you have to run it through the back. And the way that I routed it, instead of running it from under, is I routed it through the glove box. But it turned out well. Connects to Apple CarPlay that well, but the GPS and everything, it works great off just Bluetooth, so that's awesome. And the only other unfortunate piece is that you will probably get a you'll get an airbag light if you don't reconnect the airbag sensor thing. Now, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to undo this again just to connect that piece, but it's all worth it. Figured out how to connect all these. Cruise control still works, so that's nice, but you can actually adjust these 3 buttons. So if I want to skip a song, or if I want the volume up, or if I just want to mute it or accept a call, I can just, it's all hands-free on the steering wheel. So that's great. Honestly, if you have an 8th gen Civic or any type of car that doesn't have an Apple CarPlay deck, definitely recommend getting one. Super cheap on Amazon, but you pay for what you get. So if you want the highest quality, you're going to have to pay a little bit more. This one was around 170 to 180 Canadian. So that would probably be around, what, like 130 USD. But Amazon, check it out. Just look up CarPlay decks, and the install process isn't really too hard. Most scripts come with the instructions, so it makes it a whole lot easier. But getting a little bit of knowledge and just watching a YouTube video on it goes a long way. So yeah, but anyways, guys, I think that's going to be the video for today. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day.